We are live. Sunday Scaries, week 13, presented by Cottonwood Media. I am your host, your favorite host, the king of the grove, the great one. And I'm joined, as always, with a guest, co-host, if you will. Sean, how you doing?
Hey, buddy. Good to be here again. Honorary co-host again. Week 13. Unlucky week 13? I guess we're going to decide.
People are asking that. And you know what?
That's the hot word on the street.
Some teams wish this week probably didn't happen. I can name a few. Let's get into Thursday, huh? We'll start with Thursday as we always do and work our way right into the Sunday night finale. We'll give you our look ahead to Monday night. And then we'll do a quick wrap-up of the rest of the sports world, huh?
Let's make it happen.
All right. Thursday, huh? Patriots-Bills?
Fun one in the AFC, huh?
Who would have saw this going any differently, though, if we're being totally honest?
Predictable, to say the least. Although that Patriots defense is known to be pretty scary.
Yeah, and it is divisional, and this would have been huge. This would have been huge for the Patriots to take this, right? But Josh Allen was Josh Allen. Stephon Diggs is Stephon Diggs. And the Patriots are the Patriots.
I think, yeah, this was a game that the Patriots really wanted. It would have a win here would have made things down the stretch a lot easier, a little bit more breathing room. We saw a lot of frustration from Mr. Mack himself, telling Matt Patricia to fucking throw the ball.
Yeah, that's a tough look.
I think that's the first time we've really seen a Mack blow up on the sidelines. So I think it shows a lot of passion and a lot of fire. And I think this Patriots team, if they can keep these guys together, might be pretty decent. But this game, losing this one, is now a nail biter for the rest of the season.
I agree. And it's tough, I think, too, when this was kind of a make or break for the season on this. It's going to be really hard for the Patriots, who are still in the hunt. But I don't see, how they're getting out of this jam. The AFC is tough. Their own division, the East, is a nightmare.
Yep.
So I think this might be kind of the straw that broke the Patriots' back.
Yeah. There is some things to say, though, about these Bills. I think you mentioned it last week, too, when they almost lost to the Lions, which I vehemently denied happening only a day ago or two when we were making a different piece of fun time. But anyway.
A different piece of fun time, huh?
I don't know what word I'm looking for. But these turnovers, these interceptions in the red zone for the Bills is not good. The uptick happened when he got hurt, Josh Allen, that is, on his UCL ligament. So I don't know. I think on a much better offensive team, those kind of turnovers are really going to hurt them. So really need to watch out for that down the stretch if they want to make it far into the playoffs.
I agree with you there. They are good enough to beat bad teams, good enough to beat good teams, but I don't know if they're good enough to beat great teams.
Not with the turnovers. If the turnover differential is pretty strong and those teams are able to score off turnovers, then yes, the Bills usually have a big problem with that. So
it's also really great to just see the Patriots struggling.
Yes, that's always fun.
They're just in this quagmire of shit.
Fuck you, Bill Belichick.
Oh, okay. Bill? Is Bill in the hot seat?
No, Bill's not. Okay. I don't think Bill will be in the hot seat until he's dead. Yeah.
Sure.
Then he's in the cold 6 feet underground seat.
Well, here's the deal. We talked about this the other day. Mm-hmm. How do you think he got his kid on that coaching staff? And do you think his kid thinks this is like Step Brothers, where he's going to take over the family business and become the Patriots head coach?
Well, first and foremost, nepotism. Sure. Yeah, let's call it right there. I don't know anything about what is even his name? I don't even know his name. Steve Belichick. I don't know anything about him.
Rat tail.
I know he has an ugly mullet slash fucking duster in the back of his head. I don't know. I don't know if he has any like coaching prowess or if he's coached college. Maybe. No, it's just a nepotism thing.
It was like Bill's wife was like, "I'm tired of Steve living at home. Give him a job." And Bill was like, "Hold the clipboard," And Tom and I talked about this, and Tom brought this up. They might just give him an iPad full of games on it, and he's just playing iPad games the entire game. He might not be doing anything.
Yeah, shout out Tom. I think that's actually happening.
But whatever. Bill's coaching staff is pretty bad. So putting his kid on there, fine. But it's very funny to me. What are you doing? I'm going to take over the family business. I'm a doctor.
Yeah.
No, you're not. You're not going to just get to be the Patriots head coach. So
Bill Belichick, the doctor of football. I would say that Josh McDaniels, Matt Patricia, and little Stevie.
Stevie no wonder.
It's funny how those guys keep circulating back to the Patriots. I don't know.
Matt Patricia should never. Here's a list of people that should never be allowed to coach again. Matt Patricia.
Josh McDaniels.
Josh McDaniels. Never.
Yeah.
Even though for some reason, oh look, we're winning again. He is unbelievable. Just wait till the offseason when he decides he doesn't like Devontae Adams anymore.
Oh. That'll be gnarly.
Romeo Crennel. Tough. He got the Browns, so I'm not gonna fully blame him, but that's another Bill Belichick guy that is just out there.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
So let's just wrap this one up. It was a Bills and a runaway kinda. Patriots have no run game. They have no standout wide receiver. Mac Jones, not the guy, huh? They don't have a guy.
They don't have a guy. That defense is scary.
Defense is good.
Just a fun little tidbit. People have been chirping on the Twitters that James Cook fella in the backfield looked pretty solid, reminiscent of his brother, right? Cousin? Dalvin?
Yeah. Cousin?
Brother.
Let's go
brother. And so somebody watch out for him next season, maybe.
All right. Bills, circle the wagon, 24. The Patriots, 10.
Boo.
Boo. All right, let's get into Sunday morning, huh? Start with Steelers Falcons.
Oh boy.
Here's a game that nobody knew happened, but it happened.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel.
And the Falcons did exactly what I thought they would. They've given up on the season, and they didn't Falcon themselves and accidentally win this. So there's still a chance that they could draft top 5.
So quarterback. They're going for a
you would
Bryce
assume?
Young or what's his name? Dugan or Caleb Williams.
They have to take somebody because the answer is not Mariota.
No.
But they have good pieces in place. Cordell Patterson is awesome. Kyle Pitts should be better. He is out for the year, but he should be better.
Mm-hmm. Drake London,
pretty nice.
I think, with a little bit more development, he will be a very solid number 2 behind Pitts. They should feature Pitts next year.
They should.
He's too athletic. He's too big. He can spread the field a lot because he can go short or long. He doesn't have a better game. It's both pretty much equal. So, that offense is going to be awesome, I think, if they really coach to their strengths.
And I think the Steelers, I don't know what they're trying to do. Are they doing this for the coach? Are they... Because he doesn't lose.
Well, I think Tomlin... I think overall we can almost say the opposite maybe of what we said about Belichick's coaching staff. We can say the opposite about Tomlin himself. It's true that he's just a good coach. You can see it. He's never had a losing season, right? It's always been 8 and better.
That seems right to me. But
so, this is the first season ever where people are like, oh, God, what's going to happen for him? So I think they are probably, if anything, they're going to try to do it for the coach. I think the Steelers' defense is always going to be good. I think that their offense has potential. I think Najee might not be the answer, though.
I don't know. The last 2 weeks, I'm back on the Najee camp.
Najee guy.
Big Najee guy. Okay. Receivers are okay.
Yeah, I think Pickens was a good pickup. I think...
Shouts out George.
What's his name? Deontay Johnson, I think, is pretty underrated. They're just not getting him the ball enough.
He's having a bad year.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened there, but he's kind of gone backwards a little bit.
Yeah.
Kenny Pickett is the real question, and I don't know if you find the answers this year or not.
Right now, he's kind of playing middle of the road, though. That I think first game or two, it was really like, oh my God, what are we doing here? But right now, I mean, he's not dazzling, but he's doing what he needs to do. Maybe that's exactly what they want. Like you said, they're playing for the coach.
Yeah, he didn't blow this game.
No.
So, shouts out to him.
Yeah, I mean, a rookie beating a veteran in Mariota in terms of like a quarterback matchup, quote unquote. You like to see it, and it gives you good momentum. So, I don't know if he's the answer. We'll see. They got a lot of things to build around, but yes, your point on the Falcons is just tank it, guys. Just do it.
Send it.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything else notable from this game, to be honest. Steelers, 19. Falcons, 16? What?
Yeah, pretty boring game.
Yeah, honestly, did not know. I woke up and was like, oh, what the hell?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, here's a good one coming up. All right. Packers-Bears.
Bears.
Bears. What a sudden and violent loss.
Yes. 18 points, right, in the fourth quarter?
Yeah.
Woof. Speedy. It was fun. It was a fun game, I think. I think it turned out a little bit differently than I thought.
Yeah, this is a tough one, right? Where you go, obviously the Packers are having a pretty bad year. And the Bears are pretty bad. But Justin Fields and their new let him run offense seems to be a lot more dangerous. And what surprised me the most was he had that big 50-yard touchdown run, and he was motoring, looking good. He was throwing pretty good. And then when it was crunch time, they had him drop back and throw, and he threw a terrible interception. It looked awful, man. I don't know what he was thinking. I don't know what he saw. But there's no way he can win a game if he has to throw the ball down the field at the end. There's just no way.
I think it's really tough with Justin Fields. I think right out of the gate he had incredibly high expectations placed on him. Whenever he got drafted, I wasn't in that same boat. I was just like, hey, I don't see his talent converting to the NFL. It didn't until they were like, hey, let's let him run. And these past 5 weeks have been awesome for him.
He is just a freak athlete.
Exactly. He's just incredibly athletic. They might... And that's the problem, I think, with these running, almost running first quarterbacks lately in the NFL, is that they don't have a well-rounded game. They're usually not great at all at throwing.
Yeah, no, I can agree with that.
So it's just kind of I don't know. I think right now the Bears should just settle that, hey, stop trying to win.
They're going to have so much free money coming up.
Yeah, that's true.
They're going to,
a lot of capital.
If you're willing to build around Fields, you just hope you can create the best defense and the best offensive line possible. And you just run. And then figure out a game plan to make simple, consistent passes.
Yeah.
Because, again, if you look at his numbers, it says he's 20 for 25 with 250 yards. That's a pretty good game. You just have to account for when he's throwing these interceptions and why he throws them. He's down late in the game and is forced to throw and then trouble.
Making bad decisions. Yeah. Well, I think development-wise, you already know this kid can run. Just work on accuracy, work on, split decisions, reading defenses maybe a little bit better. I don't know. I haven't ever heard a press conference where he's like, we split the cover two, we look for the read first. Actually, I switched to second. I haven't heard any of that from him.
No, I don't know what his in-depth understanding is of those defenses.
Right.
But then on the other side of the ball, my new mortal enemy, Watson.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about Jair Alexander, but
No, I have no beef with him.
okay.
It's just Watson, Christian Watson. This motherfucker.
Greatest rookie receiver ever.
What is happening? He was such a loser. Aaron Rodgers hated him, and now I got to watch him celebrate in the end zone every week.
Well, I think sometimes you respond to criticism from your leader in one of two ways. You take it super personally, you sulk about it, and you cry about it.
Well, it took him 6 weeks to figure out how to catch the ball in the end zone.
Right, exactly. Or you use it to build a fire under you and start catching things because you are a wide receiver and that's what you're paid to do.
So now we have. You can use your analogy here. Okay, we have a forest fire that's running wild.
So far, yeah, he's
And
got 7 touchdowns now in the
I think
past
he's got
6 games?
8 or something.
Oh, God.
It's tough, man.
Good for him.
No. No, I'm out on him. He makes me so. It's so frustrating to watch because Alan Lazard no longer exists.
Yes.
I don't know what his
The Lizard
deal
Man,
is.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. IP. He has done nothing good in weeks. I mean, he is on the field and he exists, and Christian Watson does all his little goofy dances, and I'm touchdown celebration guy, and I disavow his celebrations. They are not fun. Whatever. Aaron Rodgers played a safe game. He played like a regular game. He didn't start off great, but he finished fine. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's really good, and it's really good for him to get this win. Obviously, division rival. He still owns the Bears, which is a fun thing for people in the world to watch when he salutes Soldier Field, and basically that's a middle finger, so it's kind of funny.
I think I saw he's like 20-5 against the Bears in his career. Yikes!
I was reading an article just about how it's almost not even a conversation apparently right now to shut him down for the year. He's got a broken thumb or at least a fracture now or whatever it is, and I guess it's just kind of like trying to show him off in a sense. Like, let's see if he can finish out this season, show other teams that he's got some grit, and then basically the coaching staff is essentially saying internally, if you want to leave, that's okay. So Jordan Love on the horizon, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, the Packers might look completely different next year, and I would imagine they do. This was not the year they thought they were going to have. This is the year we thought the Bears were going to have. And this win for the Packers kind of means nothing. The loss for the Bears kind of only helps them. But this game, again, divisional, meant nothing, but you knew the Packers wanted it.
Yeah, it's fun.
You knew the Bears wanted it. They just couldn't do it.
Yeah, and I think that it also just gives the Packers a tiny bit of hope. Realistically, they're slim to none chances they're going to do the wild card. But
hey, the best they can finish is 9-8. That's never getting a wild card.
I mean, I don't know what's the rest of that division like in terms of.
Well, the Vikings are.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Whatever they are, 11-1.
Right.
Or 2.
I think they're 9-2.
9-2.
Yeah, with today's win.
Yes, that's right.
10-2 now. Yeah.
10-2. Okay. They can't win the division. Automatically, they can't win the division.
Sure. Okay.
And the other wild card teams are really looking like the Giants, Commanders, and Seahawks.
Yeah, or Niners, I guess.
Well, the Niners are going to win that division.
Oh, sure. Purdy.
Yeah,
Mr. Irrelevant.
We'll get there. So I think this season is dead for the Packers. It was dead a long time ago for the Bears. So we'll move on from this.
Okay.
Tough day. Tough day in the office for the Bears. One day, you will beat the Packers again. They probably won't have Aaron Rodgers, so it probably won't mean as much, but Packers, 28. Bears, 19.
Duh, Bears.
Hate to see it. Now, this was my game of the morning because I am a number one Lions guy now. Okay?
And it was boring.
Jaguars, Lions. Do not besmirch the Lions. Do not start with me here. Did the Jaguars play terribly?
Yes.
Were the Lions an offensive juggernaut?
Not all the time.
They scored 40, man.
Yeah. They look like the team weeks 1 through 6.
Yeah. And their defense did great, too.
Yeah.
And Trevor Lawrence reverted back to a dum-dum.
I don't know what to even think about Trevor Lawrence. I think we were talking about it when we were about to begin. I think this is mostly due to what the media is saying about him, too. When he has a good game, they're all over him. And then when he has a bad game, they're, I don't know. So he's just the most confusing generational talent of our time.
Yeah, it sucks because he looks like he should be awesome. And he does stuff that is awesome, and then he does today. And I don't know who you want to point the finger at because they didn't run the ball great. ETN coming off a little injury, so who knows if he's 100%. But Trevor did not throw awesome. You know, what do you do? But then on the other side, my man, Jared Goff.
Jeff.
No, he won. His name is Jared.
Okay, all right.
Everyone knows the rules. He was slinging that ball around up and down the field. 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, 340 yards. And this is for everyone that was doubting him. He is a good quarterback. I would take him over a bunch of starters in the NFL.
I'm not going to make a comment about that specific.
I would take him over a bunch of people.
I don't know about
and
that.
I think next year, maybe Dan Campbell can motivate them to a playoff spot.
Motor City Dan.
The run game was pretty balanced for them again today. It was a DeAndre Swift day, which is kind of new. So, shouts out to the Swifties.
There you go. Nice crossover. Taylor Swift, DeAndre Swift, married, confirmed.
Confirmed.
Yeah, I mean they're just looking like they were in the beginning of the season, which is good for them. I think that
Well, their defense is better than at the beginning of the year.
that's true. Maybe the pieces are coming together down the stretch, which is going to give them great motivation, I guess, at the end of the season to really knock it out next season. That division is just gnarly. I think that it's a really good team. I think so. So who knows what's going to
What if
happen?
they went out and go 10-7? Wild card?
I don't think they're going to win out.
I don't either, but I like what they're building.
Yeah, sure.
Amon St. Brown is nasty.
Yes, the Sun God is amazing.
He's so good. I'd like to hang out with him. It'd be fun.
Yeah, I mean, Jaguars, they are who we thought they were.
They are.
And the Lions impressed greatly. I did not think it was going to be this bad of a blowout.
I didn't either, to be honest.
I thought it was going to be a boring game because they were both going to suck.
I thought this was just going to kind of be like a shootout, but it was only the Jaguars brought a knife to a gunfight, and they kind of got run over. So,
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, impressive win for the Lions. It really puts a statement on, hey, we can whoop some teams, but I'd love to see them do it to a team over 500.
all right, you know what? That's fair. And we would be talking a lot different about the Lions if they were 6-6 after beating the Bills last week, but that's not the reality we live in. So,
Yep.
Shouts out to the Lions. Shouts out to Dan Campbell. Trevor Lawrence back on the hot seat, I guess.
Ooh.
Detroit, 40. The Jacksonville Jaguars, 14. Meow.
Beautiful.
Do it.
Do what?
Meow.
I'm not meowing.
Meow.
I'm not doing that.
We do that for every cat team.
They're both cat teams.
Detroit Lions. Rawr.
I'm not doing cat sounds.
All right, you're not one for the people then.
No, clearly.
Confirmed, not for the people.
No.
Vikings, Jets.
Fun fourth quarter. Very fun.
Now, I know there's this bit going around where the Vikings know that we know they're bad.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, did they try to prove it today. If you are a Vikings fan, how confident are you? Just be honest with yourself.
In finishing games, not very. I think if they can score like 30 points by a half, then maybe you're like, okay, cool, we got this.
They were up 20-6 at halftime.
Yeah.
And then, despite their best efforts, the Jets could not figure out how to score the football. And boy, did they have opportunity.
I think assuming that Mike White is going to, ride this team away on a golden steed is very funny. I love the belief from the Jets fans, so shout outs to Jets fans. But
hey, shout out to Jets fans.
I mean, you've been so miserable for so long. You get some hope this season, and then this win must have felt defeating. But hey, it's a team that's 10-2 now, so you got to say if you're gonna win or if you're gonna lose against teams that have good records. I guess.
Yeah, I guess the second best team in football, technically.
Yeah.
Right. Like, Mike White is their guy. He has to be their guy.
Now, I don't think you go back to Zach Wilson. That's a big piece of drama, I think, that might be distracting. But I don't think you go back to him.
I don't. Here's what I don't understand. How did the Jets run like 70 offensive plays?
That's a good question. I don't know.
How did Mike White throw it 57 times, and then they also had handoffs? Like, what? The Vikings just never had the ball?
Yeah.
I know the fourth quarter the Vikings went 3 and out several times.
Time of possession would be interesting to look at, yeah.
Oh, I got you.
Oh, excuse me.
I'm just really was pulling for a Jets touchdown at the end there. But the Vikings defense really did stand up,
Yeah, I think that's part of the reason why the Vikings are doing as well as they're doing.
I guess the Jets only had the ball 4 minutes longer.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So just, I guess, got more done in a almost similar amount of time. I don't know. I think the last half, and specifically the fourth quarter, was really fun to watch. I think the Jets are good in the way that it doesn't really matter who their quarterback is. They're still going to hang in games,
I think the Jets
which is rare.
Found a superstar wide receiver in Garrett Wilson.
Garrett Wilson looking amazing without Zach Wilson.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think he benefits from Mike,
Yeah.
who loves to sling that ball.
Yep.
Now, might hit a little trouble if he just throws too many interceptions, if he goes full Brett Favre. But you have to think, if you're a Jets fan, you would rather have him throwing the ball for damn near 400 yards a game than Wilson, who's like 150.
Speaking of Favre, he played for both of these teams.
And he also defrauded the state of Mississippi.
Hey now, if the mothership can't talk about that, we can't talk about that either.
He's still on the hot seat for defrauding.
Shout out to white collar crimes.
He might go to real jail.
I sure hope so. Yeah.
You hope Brett Favre goes to real jail?
I'm a big stand in solidarity for all those welfare folks in Mississippi.
Yeah, send him to jail. It's fine with me.
I love that.
I really think the Vikings defense won this game. So
Okay.
maybe if you're a Vikings, you're like, no, we know we don't suck because our defense can win the game.
I think if the Jets keep winning, from next week onward, I think it's really fun because it makes that division really interesting.
It does.
So I'm really hoping that the Jets keep it up. I also like Robert Saleh.
Boy, well, good for you.
I know you don't, but I
don't know how you could like him. He tormented the NFC West for years.
I think he's just a good coach. I think he's a player's coach. People like him. So
and I'll say this every time he gets brought up, he looks like Xerxes.
Okay, that's good. That's a great thing. That's a great quality to have in a coach, I
He's
think.
the God King.
That's good.
And his defense is always so good.
All right. Yeah.
He owns the Rams, and I do not like him.
Fair enough. That's fair.
You probably don't have the same disdain because the Seahawks kind of owned the 49ers over the last decade.
Yeah, it doesn't make me not like him. So
You're a defense first guy. You like the toughness.
defense wins championships, folks.
I have no more input on this. Keep Mike White as the quarterback. Vikings, we know. Vikings, 27. Jets, crash and burn, 22.
Vikings are now right outside of my worst best team.
Okay, all right.
If they lose one more, though, they're back to being worst best.
Okay, so you just would say they're a good team now.
They're serviceable.
Okay. Now here's a game. Commanders, Giants.
Fun one.
Well, that's one word.
I liked it. I thought it was fun.
I don't know how this ended in a tie.
I-
Raise your hand if you said in the most important game of their seasons they were going to tie. Now, if your hand is up, I know you're lying.
Okay.
It makes sense because these teams are almost identical. They both have the same problems. They both kind of have inconsistencies, either throwing the ball or running the ball or making plays in general. And it started off with the Commanders, and then it shifted back to the Giants, and then it gets to overtime, and it looked like neither team was really moving the ball. It kind of stayed middle of the field. There was not really even an attempt to score. That final field goal, not even close.
Yeah.
Not even close. He needed 5 more yards.
I think this is a really fun game because the teams were kind of like right down the middle. Almost exactly the same record. Both really need these dubs. However, I think I made a comment while we were watching this game. You could just tell that once overtime hit, they both didn't care. They're just like, all right, we could take the tie here. And I don't love to see that.
Yeah, maybe they're just like really happy with kissing their sisters.
Why? Wait, what?
A tie. It's like kissing your sister.
Okay, that is a saying, but
That's a
weird.
well-known saying.
That's very weird.
Maybe more relatable. Never mind.
Oh my god. So
Is it kissing your sister or kissing your cousin? I can't remember.
it's all bad. Kids at home, don't be doing that.
If you're in the South, it's both.
The Commanders are really fun.
They are fun.
Ron Rivera, obviously with the cancer stuff that he was going through and the team rallying around him, I think this is just a feel-good team. Giants also blowing everybody's minds by being this way.
Yeah.
So
I like Heineke. I love Scary Terry.
yes.
I like the story of the Commanders' backfield.
Yes.
They got tough guys all around. Shouts out to Robinson. He had a good game.
Yeah.
That leg's looking pretty good.
Yeah. No more bullet, no more problem. I think it's just also really interesting that all the Commanders really have to do is just have their defense live up to the hype that they have.
Yeah.
Just be good. Be middle of the pack or better. And
I agree.
this team is going to go far. So
I also think that the Giants go as Saquon goes.
yeah.
And he had another pretty good game. He got his touchdown. He did enough. But if he had done a little more, I think they would have won. And I think on the flip side, if Heineke had just made a few more completable passes, they could have won. So I know the Commanders really love Heineke. I know the team is really behind him. I don't know if he's the future, but he's the now. And if you can rally behind that, that's great. Scary for the Giants, though. The Commanders get a bye. The Giants go and play week 15. Bless me.
Bless you.
Week 15, they're going to FedEx Field to play again.
Ah, yes.
So
that's right. That's right.
The Commanders are just going to wait a whole week and then play the Giants again.
That's right.
And I would propose this. The winner of that game gets 2 wins.
Okay.
And if they tie again, I'm never watching either team.
So the winner of that game is essentially a wild card.
I would think so.
Okay.
And this tie really throws a wrench in the whole thing for both of them, I think.
Yeah, I heard it messed up a lot of stuff in the NFC in terms of like
really,
tiebreakers and stuff.
Yes, it really does.
Yeah.
So maybe they did some firm handshakes behind the scenes.
Yeah, like who was that last season? The last game of the season,
Uh,
Chargers and Raiders, right? Right, or something like that.
Yeah, that seems
something
right.
like that.
Steelers. It was the Steelers.
Oh,
I want to say Steelers. No, I don't know. It might have been Chargers Raiders. You're right.
I think so.
It was like, are you going to kick the field goal? Are you going to kick the field goal?
Nah, let's just take the tie, guys.
And then the Steelers got into the playoffs because of it.
Yeah, right.
That's what happened.
Yep.
Holy crap.
Yeah, so yeah, if they end in another tie, then you know that there's some collusion in there, for sure.
All right, well, this game, I guess, for a tie, was moderately entertaining. The overtime, not so much, but
No.
Commanders, 20. Giants, also 20. Tough game. We'll move on to the Eagles-Titans. And we're not going to be here long because
Boring.
this was not a game. And you know what? For all the hate the Vikings get for like we know they're bad. Everybody knows the Titans are bad, man. They're bad.
If Henry doesn't go off, that offense has nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Your leading rusher was Tannehill. Think about that. What is wrong with Henry?
That doesn't work. Yeah, if Tannehill is the one that's going to lead any category in your offense, besides passing, which is what he's supposed to do, then yeah, it's not good.
What happened? Gardner got in today. That's sick.
Yeah, shouts out Gardner.
Shouts out to WSU.
Pride and joy.
What happened, Derek? 11 carries for 30 yards. Something went bad.
I don't know.
You know what went bad was they were losing so fast that you can't let him run the ball 30 times because you're losing by 30 points.
Well, I think we also have to give a little bit of credit to the Eagles' defense. That front four are just nasty.
Of course.
So it was a really good running defense that met a very good running back. And then, yeah, like you said.
I mean, you go into halftime down 21-10, and then right out of halftime, you're down 28-10. They abandoned what they were best at. And the Titans are lucky. And maybe they're not as lucky as I think they are, because that division's getting scary. Never mind. Holy crap. Hey, shouts out. The first eliminated team is the Texans. So
That's good. Good for them.
I don't know, man. It's not like the Colts are going to catch them. It's not like the Jaguars are going to catch them.
Well, see, the funny thing is that if anybody's going to catch them, it would be the Colts.
Yeah.
And the Titans just absolutely botch it from here on out.
Yeah, and that's a hard one to stomach. So at least you know. Just Titans fans know that I know. You guys will make the playoffs, and you will get embarrassed in the first round.
Okay,
And it'll probably be by like the Giants or Commanders or Seattle. It'll be one of those three teams that probably beats you by 2 scores.
Well, yeah. You know what? It might be. It might be.
Let's talk about, say something nice about the Titans, and then we'll say a lot of nice things about the Eagles.
Okay, something nice about the Titans is,
Vrabel's a tough guy.
yeah, Vrabel is a player's coach. People love to play for Vrabel. So,
All right, there. One nice thing.
okay, one nice thing.
Now let's talk about the league MVP, Jalen Hurts.
Looking great. There's really nothing to say that we haven't said before. He's looking like the top choice for MVP.
I'd be shocked if he doesn't get it. The Eagles are a well-oiled machine when he is rolling. A.J. Brown showed up today. That was cool.
Yeah, great fantasy football day for me. I have A.J. Brown. Miles Sanders didn't do great, but at least he got a tutty.
Nobody cares.
Everybody cares. And I just think, yeah, that offensive unit as a whole, great line too, with some really solid veterans on it that have been blocking great for years.
Travis Kelce's maybe the best center in the league.
Yeah, his
Maybe.
brother Jason.
Jason, yeah.
But
Stepped out to centers.
yeah, oh sure. Yeah, I just think that it's a great team. I think Sirianni's kind of a goofball.
As is tradition.
But when you have an offensive unit like that, great receivers, great quarterback, great backfield, because even Gainwell, the backup, did some good stuff today too. I just think overall the Eagles are going to be hard to beat. They are, I think, definitively now we can probably say they are the best team in the NFC, I guess you could say, for sure.
In the NFL, I would argue.
Yeah, and
I don't really think it's between them and the Chiefs, in my opinion.
Yeah.
For best team in football.
And then the Chiefs game that we're going to talk about in a bit is going to be fun too. But yes, I would say NFC for sure. And then in football, if it's not the Chiefs, which it might not be.
It might not be after today, but Eagles crush 35 Titans. There was a game today, 10. I don't want to hear any Titans fans ever argue with me that they're a good team. You guys are lame. Tannehill, hot seat.
I agree.
No one will say it either. I don't know why. He's such a bad quarterback.
I don't know.
He's terrible.
Yeah.
All right. You ready for the game of a lifetime? Ravens, Broncos.
I don't even know what to say about the Broncos anymore. I don't understand it. I don't get it. You were basically handed this game by your defense on a silver platter. You couldn't fucking get it done.
It blows my mind that right out the gate, Lamar suffers an injury. T's and P's. Hope he is okay.
Yeah.
Looked like he got his bell rung.
I think that's what they were saying.
He didn't really even go to the tent. They just took him right to the back.
But I also want to say that I saw something about him hurting his foot.
Okay. Doctor? I wonder if...
Well, there were so many foot injuries today, I couldn't even keep track of them.
all of the ankles, toes.
We should just play on hoverboards and remove legs.
The metacarpals?
Okay. So, Dr. Sean moment. Knee.
Oh, it was a knee.
Okay.
All
Yeah.
right. So, bell unrung.
So kind of scary, I think, for a quarterback that does a lot of running. Kind of
Especially
scary.
for him. Yeah, you would prefer it not be the knee.
But right now, Harbaugh is saying it's not season ending. However, I feel like Harbaugh is the kind of coach that always would downplay every single serious injury. Sure. I think he's just that kind of guy. I'm not saying he's doing that. I'm just saying that, Harbaugh seems like that kind of guy that wouldn't tell the truth if the truth needed to be told. So.
Right there, no. I think you just tuck that away and say, he's okay.
Yeah.
He'll be okay.
Although I have been, I think last season we saw a lot of Huntley. And he impressed and wowed. So even if he is out, I think the Ravens are okay with Huntley. I mean, obviously they beat the scary Broncos.
So I agree with that thought a little bit. Huntley's kind of like Lamar Light.
Yeah.
The offense doesn't probably really need to change very much, and he can do a lot of the stuff Lamar can do. His arm isn't as good, but I think Lamar sometimes gets crazy with his throws or just like forgets how to throw. But Lamar can throw the ball 70 yards.
Yeah, I was going to say that. What I have noticed in, is it Tyler Huntley? Trevor Huntley?
Tyler
Huntley. What I've noticed in his throwing is that it's a little bit more accurate, but I would say moderately less powerful.
Safer.
Yeah, maybe like a 50-yard throw compared to Lamar.
So you're the Broncos, and you're winning 9-3 the whole game. What are you doing? Put the ball in the end zone. I dare you. Denver scored touchdown challenge.
Impossible.
Impossible.
It's
actually pretty funny.
it's the most embarrassing. It's the most embarrassing offense in football. They're not even maybe the worst team in football because that defense is propping them up. If the offense was as good as the defense, they would be maybe top 8 in the NFL. And that's crazy to think about because that defense did everything they needed to do.
Unbelievable.
Everything they needed to do.
I saw a thing that was like, in the Broncos' last... I mean, I can look real fast. I think in their last 8 games, the most points they've given up is 17. Okay, 23. Bad. In regulation, they gave up 16 to the Raiders, 17, 17, 9, 16, 9, 10, 9. Or, sorry, 10, 10, 16.
Yep.
All you have to do, Denver, listen to me. I know this is going to blow your mind. If you take that football, okay, hang in there. If you take that football and you move it across the white end zone line, you get 6 points. And then you have a chance to kick a field goal for 1 extra point. So you could get 7 points. And then if you kick 1 field goal after that, you would have won like 3 more games.
Are you trying to explain how touchdowns work to the Denver Broncos?
Yeah, if you need, I'll set up a little drill in my backyard and show you how to get the ball into the end zone.
I think it's really funny how there's that guy. He's either on TikTok or Instagram, and he's doing the comparing number of bathrooms in Russell Wilson's house
Yeah.
to the number of touchdowns that he is scoring.
That guy's awesome.
Currently, I think
Bathrooms are winning?
Yeah, I think Russell Wilson is responsible for either 6 or 7 touchdowns, and Russell Wilson has 8 bathrooms in his house. So all he needs to do
is get a few more touchdowns.
He needs I think 2 more or 3 more to
have more
break it.
Okay.
And he needs to just step up and get it done because it's going to be embarrassing if that happens.
I bet you I could score more touchdowns in the NFL than I have bathrooms in my house.
I do not believe that. I'm not going to co-sign on that.
Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh, I bet he's got a lavish mansion with 40 bathrooms. No, I have 2, okay? I could get 3 NFL touchdowns.
I don't believe
I absolutely could.
You might be able to get 3 NFL touchdowns in a practice squad pickup match in the middle of summer for Hard Knocks.
It still counts. Preseason counts. I don't care.
This is preseason.
I think I could get in the pocket. I have a great pocket presence. I can feel it. Now, I've never played football before. Okay? I think I should preface it. I've never played football before, but I have an absolute rocket arm.
Oh my God.
6'4", built like a truck. I could throw a fucking slant route for a touchdown.
Disclaimer, Cottonwood Media is not responsible for any slanderous, libel, or ridiculous statements being made by a co-owner of the company.
This is my house.
His views are his own personal views and do not represent ours as a company. Okay.
So Russell hot seat, me cool throne. I'm coming in.
All right.
I'm going to send
Cody taking the Broncos starting quarterback.
Here's the deal. this spring we're going to do a video, and I'll show you. I'm going to send my game tape to them,
Okay.
and they're going to say, "Oh man, how did we miss this guy in the draft in 2012?"
I'm excited. I'm excited for the content that's going to yield. Back to reality. Broncos, what the fuck are you doing? Nathaniel Hackett, I don't know how many more outside hires you need to bring in.
Okay, so it's funny you say that because when they show the Broncos sideline now, Nathaniel Hackett doesn't appear. It's just everybody else that he has doing his job for him.
You might have just as many coaches as you have players. So you have about 110 people on your sideline, and 53 of them are coaches.
And 0 of them know what they're doing.
If he doesn't lose his job by the end of the season, I don't really know what Walmart family is thinking.
If the Broncos defense doesn't murder that entire offense, I don't know what they're doing.
Oh my God, imagine how many people are going to want to leave next season.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Well, I don't
That's
know what
bad.
you do. I don't know. The Broncos are in shambles. And the Ravens, you know what? This is lucky for them.
If they lost this game, it would have been awful.
It would have been bad.
Yeah.
I mean, the Ravens' defense obviously did well. Oh, wait. It's hard to tell because the Broncos' offense looks like shit against everybody.
Well, I mean, you could probably argue that the Ravens didn't do well if the Broncos scored a touchdown, but because it was only field goals, I'll say
They did well.
hey, they
Okay.
did pretty good.
All right, we can agree to that. Since the Broncos didn't score, they did well.
Right.
All right.
So, yeah, I think overall, Broncos, what the fuck?
Broncos can't run the ball. Broncos can't move the ball. And whatever. I know Kyler is already given up on the season, and I'm in the same boat as him with LA, but I don't even know if you can watch these games anymore. I don't know how you watch them.
Yeah. I think overall, I know Lamar got hurt, but I think the Ravens have eked out the Vikings for my this week worst best team.
Worst of the best.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty good.
I would love to see you put up 20 on that Bronco. And I know the defense is really good, but
I
come
know.
on, you're the Ravens.
I know.
Run left, run right, repeat.
Well, for how often the Broncos were just not doing anything on offense. And now a backup quarterback came in, so,
Right.
it's hard when that happens,
Yep.
unless you're somehow the 49ers. So,
Yeah.
holy cow. All right. Tough. Ravens, 10. Broncos, 9. Another scoreless day in Denver.
Figure it out.
Sleepless in Seattle, scoreless in Denver.
Awful. Nathaniel Hackett, you shouldn't be able to sleep tonight.
Fired.
Yeah.
Pre-fired. He's pre-fired.
I would say so.
All right. Here's a game that should have gone differently, in my opinion. We got Browns, Texans.
I love the outcome of this game because it upset you so much.
I know. The Deshaun Watson, congrats on playing like garbage. And anyone that thought you were going to play good, he hasn't played in 2 years. What was he supposed to do? I wouldn't trust someone that hadn't played in 2 years to go out there and do anything.
I think it's intelligent and it's also obvious for maybe people who have watched football forever or who do a lot of maybe sports betting to think that he's obviously going to have a lot of rust. But if you get outplayed in your first game back after a huge fucking signing and all the bullshit and drama, if you get outpaid by Kyle Allen,
Yeah.
yeah, man, I'm really hoping that this was just a, hey, my accusers are watching me and I'm really nervous thing.
Yeah, he should be. Because the Browns scored a touchdown on a botched snap. They scored a touchdown on a punt return. And they scored a touchdown on a crazy deflected interception. Their offense was worthless.
Yeah, they didn't do much.
And the Texans are worthless. So, Chubb didn't do a whole lot. I'm surprised this wasn't a hand the ball off heavy game. I'm surprised that the Texans scored 14 kind of, but I mean, the Browns, this is a game where it doesn't matter. The Texans are obviously eliminated from the playoffs, and the Browns are not making the playoffs. So this is a game that, like, doesn't matter, but you are hoping that over the next 5-6 games to close the season out, you get Watson going.
If they were going to win, and I don't know what the Texans' rest of their schedule looks like, but if they were going to win a game, they would have probably tried to win today.
This is a good one for them to win.
It would have been awesome because it would have been like, fuck you, Watson, we don't need you.
Revenge.
Yeah, but
Big revenge game.
didn't happen.
And the ball just didn't bounce their way. In fact,
No.
it solely bounced the Browns' way.
Yeah, I think for me personally, I knew the Browns were going to win. I didn't think it was going to be close. You obviously had the exact opposite feeling. But hey, you know what? At the end of the day, the Texans know who they are. They are the worst team in football.
Yep.
And the Browns are dealing with a lot of stuff outside of the locker room.
Yeah.
So,
And I don't know if you're the Texans, what are you hoping to draft? Because nothing fixes your problems.
yeah, I don't know. I guess
You probably take the best available quarterback,
quarterback and see what happens.
and then you use your next 5 picks to try to just protect and build a offense that can move the ball. There's problems all over the place.
Yeah.
But, as far as this game goes, it was slop everywhere. It was slop everywhere. And the Browns, I think, are probably just happy that it's over.
I would be. On to the next one. Let's hope that he shakes off that rust
Yep.
and stays away from the massage parlors.
Browns, 27. Texans played the game. 14. That was a real... there's a joke here. Hold on, let me put it together.
I'm waiting.
The Browns really... All right, I'll come back later. I missed
Think
it.
about
I
that one.
missed it.
It's going to be a banger.
Yeah, it was a real rub and tug kind of game.
All right. We'll count it.
Push and pull, if you will.
There you go. That's pretty good.
Grip and twist.
That's good, yeah. Keep them coming. That's what they said.
That's Optimus Prime.
All 40 of them.
Optimus.
That's not good. We're not laughing at it. We're laughing with it.
Optimus Prime voice. I'm coming.
I'm going to come.
I'm going to come. There it is. There, I put it all together.
We wrapped it all up. Let's move on to another game here.
Dolphins Niners.
This did not go the way I thought it was going.
No, I'm completely in agreement with you. I did have the Niners winning this, not like this, and in kind of a stunning way.
I don't really understand. I think so. This is why I don't think Dolphins are the worst best team. I think this was just an off game. I think that they maybe came in a little too cocky.
Sure.
And I don't know. There wasn't like close-ups of like how, the sideline was doing anything or warm-ups or, whatever.
Well, when the first drive of the game, they score instantly.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah. It was the first play. 10 seconds in, Sherfield caught that pass from Tua. So I think they may have just came in like kind of underestimating the 49ers and not really accounting for the fact that, the defense isn't always on, but when they are,
It's a nightmare.
it's crazy. And the defense was on, and they had to be because their starting quarterback went down. And then Mr. Irrelevant came in.
What a story, huh?
And, he didn't dazzle, but he did exactly what he needed to do.
I mean, in a world where Garoppolo very early in the first quarter, kind of gets rolled up on, his ankle, foot kind of get rolled up on. I don't know if it was the top of his foot that got hurt or the ankle itself.
Oh, so we know.
Okay.
We know.
All
Dr.
right.
Sean moment.
Doctor?
Beep, 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 beep. He has broken bones in his foot. He is not playing for the rest of the season.
No.
He's out. So, the 49ers have to roll with Mr. Irrelevant.
He's got a purty mouth.
He's got a pretty good chance of really shutting up the haters here. But I also heard through the grapevine,
Okay.
my insider info,
Yeah.
that 49ers are going to or have already started putting in calls to some retired folk, i.e.
It's magic?
Fitzmagic, Phillip Rivers.
Oh, dude, I would pay money to have Philip come back. I would donate to his return. Gosh darn it.
So, yeah, shoot.
Dag nabbit.
Dang it. So that's just the hot word on the street, is that the Niners aren't necessarily thinking Purdy is the guy, pick number 256 or whatever it is. But, yeah, I think that this win was wild and crazy.
I'm shocked that the Dolphins, Tua, this was the first time he's looked this bad. He was kind of underthrowing balls. He was throwing behind his receivers.
Throwing into triple, quadruple coverage.
That was a bad interception. He just looked like he threw that thing up there. But
Yep.
I don't know I don't think this is like devastating to the Dolphins. This is probably worse for the Niners. The good thing is they got this win, but now their season might be in a little bit of jeopardy. They're in a tight race with Seattle. If they, lose any of their offensive, presence or power, they're going to rely heavily on that defense, which is very good. But
Yeah.
there's going to be a time where they need to score, and hopefully for them, they have someone that can do it. But, I mean, I don't know if this is a situation where you get thrown into the game and it doesn't matter what you do, so you just ball out.
I think this game is going to be an outlier, maybe for both teams. I think that, obviously Purdy coming in and the 49ers, I'm not involved in the coaching decisions, but I'm assuming that the 49ers aren't like, oh my God, we're so excited to have Purdy be our starting quarterback. So
That seems like a safe bet.
I also think that because McDaniels Mike McDaniels. I always, because it's like, oh, is it Josh? No, it's Mike.
It's Mike.
I hate Josh.
It's Mike McDaniel.
McDaniel.
No S.
No S. Thank you, Cody. So I think this was also just like kind of a really hyped up game because he came from the 49ers. They have some 49ers players on the Miami Dolphins. So
Maybe
it's like,
trying to do a little too much.
yeah. So I think there was just like a lot of hype, maybe a lot of cockiness. They did get him on camera. There was a huddle. He was telling Tua and somebody else on the offense, like, that's my bad. I fucked up. So probably like just a really bad play call. Mm-hmm. So, I think they knew that they were kind of drowning and not necessarily, they were punching down, I guess, or playing down below their level.
Yeah, it just seemed like the Niners kind of had their number on defense.
Yeah, Bosa was looking crazy.
They were ready for the Dolphins' attack.
Yep.
And there were a few times where he got loose. He would be deep down the field. He would make a key third down play. But I think this is what you have to decide. Who's going to hurt you? Because Waddle didn't do anything, and he also kind of hurt himself.
Again.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
He had another leg thing happen. So Waddle was irrelevant.
He was Mr. Irrelevant.
Yeah, on 5 targets, 1 catch for 9 yards.
That's fun.
Tyreek Hill, 9 catches, 146 and a touchdown. So, choose your poison. And I think the Niners did a good job of not letting everybody hurt them and controlling the game up front.
Yeah.
So if the less time Tua has, the shorter the pass is to Tyreek. But it really kind of stunning that it was such a blowout. Now, at the end, the Niners did get that touchdown, that defensive touchdown. So 33-17 is not necessarily indicative to the way the game felt, but it felt Niners all the way.
It looked that way. I think after that first throw, you just saw they were kind of destined for not living up to what they needed to do. So, I think this was a stunner, but I also think it's an outlier. I don't know if the Niners have what it takes with all these injuries that they've had this year to finish out the season on top. I think Seattle is poised to take over the West if they want it.
Seattle's schedule is looking quite beneficial.
Yep. And then also the Dolphins, I don't think they play down to this level.
No.
I think next week onward they're going to be all right.
And so the Dolphins are still kind of in an okay spot because they're doing a lot of division opponents at the end of the year here. You know, we're going to go Bills, Patriots, Jets to close the year out. If they can beat the Bills, they can still win the division.
I'd say realistically for the rest of 5 games, so they got Chargers, Bills, Packers, Patriots, Jets. I say realistically be worried about the Bills. I mean, be worried about everybody. You need to win, but
this is a 4-1 look to the end of the year.
Yeah, they're poised to do some good work here.
So I really anticipate the Dolphins in the playoffs, but if you're the Dolphins, you really want that home field.
Yeah, agreed.
Because who knows if that travels, you know?
Yep.
All right, Niners in a stunning upset. Niners in a stunning win, points-wise. I don't know what you'd call it. Niners in an odd win.
Yeah, there you go.
33. Dolphins, 17.
I love this next game.
Let's not do this one. This was like the game of the afternoon.
What do you mean let's not do it?
Let's do this one first.
Okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
I love this game too. This is a good game.
Right. We're gonna save the Chiefs Bengals for last.
Okay,
but
beautiful.
We'll
love that.
We'll go right into the Seahawks Rams here.
This was worrisome to say the least.
This is the story of a team that got hurt and screwed the whole season.
Yeah.
They look so good in photographs, but they're absolutely terrible when they play.
So,
It's all.
It's so beautiful.
Thank you.
Stafford, done. Cup, done. Seahawks, hey, you should roll over on this team. Didn't necessarily roll over.
Hey, Allen Robinson, done.
Oh, yeah, Allen Robinson, done. Sorry.
Offensive lineman, dead.
Sure. There's a lot of injuries here.
Defense, dead.
Wolfman, starting. Wild card. Don't know what's going on
Don't
back
know.
there. In there. Around there.
What's going on in that brain of his?
I don't know. Probably not much. This was a worrisome game to be a Hawks fan, and I'm just very glad we pulled out the W. Huge win. We needed this one. If we lost here, it would have been, scary Sundays for the rest of the season. So.
This would have ended your season.
Yeah.
In my opinion, this would have ended the Seahawks season. And with that being said, you play us the last week of the season. And there might be playoff implications there, and we are coming to Seattle.
It's fun. It's
So-
always fun in the NFC West.
What's the big takeaway from this game? Tyler Lockett, nuts. DK Metcalf, nuts. Tyler Lockett, nuts. I'll say it again because he kind of went sicko mode.
Yeah, I think DK had 150 and Tyler had 128, right?
DK had less than 128.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he was 127.
Oh, okay, so
slightly less.
They both had pretty good yardage. Yeah, everybody else was just kind of picking cherries there. I think that Gino plus Tyler plus DK equals success. I think that's really all they got.
Well, this is the first time in a while that DK played tough.
Sure.
And I hate that he just he has
and didn't drop anything. 8 for 8.
He has the most raging boner for Jalen Ramsey. He hates him so much.
I hate him so much.
Well, that's fine. That's comes with the territory of excellence. That's why I have so many haters.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. He shows up and plays these games like they matter. If he played every game like that, he would be unstoppable.
Except today.
No, that's what I'm saying is he was quite literally unstoppable today because he played like he wanted to.
Jalen Ramsey?
DK.
Oh, okay. I was going to say.
You dumb motherfucker.
So K9 got hurt. DJ Dallas got hurt.
Are you calling him K9? Is that his official?
I have heard him be called that, so I'm going to continue to call him that.
Okay.
DJ Dallas got hurt until like the fourth quarter. He came back. We had some guy named Tony Jones Jr.
Tony.
Shout outs to Tony. I mean, I think this was a little bit exposing in a way for the Seahawks. I think that on paper this game should have been cleanup, easy, in terms of the offense on the other side of the ball not being able to do anything in the Rams. But it was kind of scary, and it was close.
And you know what happened again, though?
What happened?
Was the Rams' run game has been horrific the entirety of the year. And we hooked 171 rush yards. Seattle's run defense is abysmal.
Not good.
It's showing up again at a bad time. But another thing, little drama alert. Your boy K9, as the streets call him, got into it with Gino and then immediately got hurt.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
That's tough.
Pete Carroll probably came with a baseball bat. Just
give me that ball.
Yes, so a little bit of animosity and a little bit of anger on the sideline. I don't think we've seen that yet.
I think that's what happens, though, when, like you said, this on paper was just like Seattle by a million.
Yeah.
And when the game was tighter and tougher than expected, I think kind of tensions were a little up on that sideline.
Yeah.
The game plan wasn't working. But you guys are lucky that we have no idea what we're doing on offense. We have no idea.
Not anymore. I think we should play, say some nice things about the Rams challenge. Impossible for me.
Okay, here, something nice.
Okay.
Cam Akers had more touchdowns today than he has had all year.
That's nice.
2. He had 2. Your run defense is so bad, he scored 2 times.
Yeah, we have a guy who gets healthy scratched 3 times.
Well, we tried to trade him, we couldn't do it. And then we're just like, you know what? Hey, Daryl, sorry, Daryl, you're cut.
Still blowing my mind. That decision is very interesting to me.
I cannot figure it out, and it might be a money thing.
Yeah, that's probably true. Shout out to your boy Tutu Atwell.
I'm not claiming
2 receptions for 40 yards.
I'm not claiming him.
Money bags.
I will claim Van Jefferson, and I will claim Higbee.
Okay.
Those are the only 2 that I feel like And Higbee has played just horrific this year.
That's fair. Yeah, I mean, overall, this was a nervous Nelly game for the Seahawks, and as a Seahawks fan, I was scared. It was fun, though. It was cool to watch it with a Rams fan. We got the dub, and that's all that matters. So I think that with the 49ers struggles and the Rams struggles and
Seattle's favorable schedule to end.
A good ending schedule and the Cardinals being ass.
Ass, man. Panthers stinky. You guys should get that one. Depending on the Niners here, you guys have a real good chance at this one. Chiefs, not so much. Jets, maybe. And then Rams for sure. So I think you guys could win 3 out of the last 5 games and finish at 10-7, and you're probably in the wild card.
Yeah, I even see it being 4, and just the Chiefs obviously kind of rolling up on us.
Yeah.
But the rest of the games I think are easily winnable. And
so I only had one meltdown in this game.
What was that?
And again, I don't want to name names. But how is it possible that every time there's a touchdown, all I see is Nick Scott's fucking numbers?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Dude, come on. Please. I'm going to assume, because I'm a rational human being, that it's not always your fault because the scheme was not right or there was a breakdown on the back end. But god damn it, I am so tired of seeing your number. Please, just anything. Just anything. If they're going to score, I would honestly feel better if you just ran off screen so I didn't have to see your number. Shouts out to Bobby Wagner, interception. There's another nice thing.
Yeah, Bobby Wagner looked great. I think this was a fun game for him as well because it's his old crew
You
that
know
he's
what?
going against.
Seahawk respecters respected him, so.
It's true.
But we'll see what happens when we go to Seattle. I think they'll still Seahawk respecter him because he got cut. It's not like he left.
Yeah, right.
All right. Seahawks, 27. Rams, 23. Bury them. And we don't even got no first round pick.
Go Hawks. Yeah, jeez. Have fun with that.
Do we miss a cat team somewhere? I feel like we haven't done a meow in a while.
I don't want to do
Oh,
it.
we got one coming up. Good. Chargers, Raiders?
Let's do it.
Okay. Did not have a lot of confidence in the Raiders.
Crazy game. This was a different. Remember, I was thinking the Browns Texans was going to go the way it did, and you didn't. I think you called this one.
No, I really like the Chargers.
Oh, did you really?
I really
Okay.
like the Chargers in
Okay.
this one because you and I both have the same level of trust in Josh McDaniels.
Yes, which is none.
This is on me. I got to put my hand up.
Okay.
Sometimes I forget that Josh Jacobs might be the best running back in football
He's crazy this year.
because the Raiders surely forgot, and they didn't even want him on the team this year. That's a Josh McDaniels special. Get rid of your best players.
Oh, yeah.
And then Devontae Adams, it seemed like he had a moment there where he remembered that he's like a top 3 wide receiver, and he went ballistic. There was that play where you and I simultaneously were like, good defense. And then they were like, that's a touchdown. I don't know how the defender missed the ball. I don't know how he caught the ball.
I swear he touched the ball, and it still fell into his hands.
He just was like going backwards, leaning, shoulder turn, and that ball dropped right into his hand, and he contorted his body.
Does that say more about Carr, or does that say
No.
more about Adams? Okay.
It was a good throw.
Sure.
But then the other play he made where he caught it one-handed going out of bounds, it wasn't a catch, but that was a bad throw.
That was a bad throw, but an amazing catch. That's crazy.
So Devontae Adams, 2 touchdowns. One of them he was unbelievably open. 177 yards. Josh Jacobs, 144 yards at a touchdown. And they only won by 7.
Yeah.
Justin Herbert played pretty good.
Sure.
He kind of got fucked by some fumbles. Uncharacteristic of Eckler, I think.
Yeah, I would agree. I think Eckler had an off game. I think this constant receivers being hurt also affects some stuff. I also just don't think that Herbert is him.
No, I agree. I confirm handshake that because when you need him to do something the most, it kind of falls apart. He's not clutch guy, I guess, is how I would. I mean, and the game ended in the saddest fashion. A little out route that didn't make it out of bounds, and the game just ends.
Right, yeah.
Now, I don't really blame him for not going 90 yards in 20 seconds, but it's all leading up to before that. You know, it's like you can throw for 350 yards every game and lose, and the Chargers are really the most 500 team you can beat because when they're on, and when they're off, they're off.
I may have said this, so it may be a continuation. They are the best worst team.
Okay. You got a lot of best worst teams.
No. Those were worst best teams.
Oh, this is the best worst
This is
team.
the
Got it,
best
got it.
worst team.
Okay. You're smart.
I think that they're just they're the most middle of the road. And if you had to say, are they on the top half or the bottom half? You're going to say glass half empty with them.
I agree.
Yeah, I just don't think Herbert is I think he's like a top 15. But I just, like you said, I don't think he can close things out.
All right, here's the litmus test.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want him or Goff?
Oh, jeez. I would say him.
Oh my god, that's wild. That's wild.
I don't like Jeff though. That's the problem.
That's wild.
There's some bias there.
Okay,
but admitted bias. I'll raise my hand and say.
Or do you want him or Carr?
Oh, geez, him in a heartbeat.
Okay, Carr is definitely on the bad quarterback side of the medium.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I just think that this team should have won. They did not. The Raiders, I love watching the Raiders lose because I hate Joshy Pookins, but...
I know, but they've been winning lately, and it sucks.
It's crazy. They better be winning lately, or else Adams is going to say, I am no longer enjoying football anymore, and retire.
Oh, they could Megatron him.
Yeah, exactly. So...
Megatron voice, I'm retiring.
I think that's the direction things were heading. I think Carr crying and Adam saying Sundays are no longer fun.
I love my friends.
I think it was like, hey, if we don't start winning here, we're going to have a lot of people out of jobs and a lot of people sad.
We need a soundboard where I can just click that button and it's just him going, I love my friends.
I think that might be, I don't necessarily know like the dynamics of certain relationships going from college to NFL. I don't necessarily know because you have to level with the fact that you're going to be split up. There's hardly ever a chance where you're going to go as a receiver or a running back, you're going to go to the same exact NFL team that your quarterback went to. So now them having that opportunity is awesome, and I think that's why there was so much hype and stuff like that. But when you have a coaching staff led by Josh McDaniels, I think everybody should have tempered their expectations drastically.
That's a big for who, for what situation.
Yeah.
And, you have the Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow thing.
Yeah,
but
which is fun.
You know what the difference is, in my opinion? They're younger.
Mm-hmm.
They still could do sleepovers and it would be normal. Hey, Mom, I'm going to Joe's house tonight. Derek Carr can't be like, hey, I'm going over to Devontae's house. We're both like 35.
Can't tell his wife and kids, like, hey, we're going to have a sleepover and eat Oreos and drink Mountain Dew all night.
I'm all hopped up on Mountain Dew.
And Chip, I'll kick your ass.
What if they mountain milked it?
So we have this soft drink craze that we tried this weekend, and it's called Pilk.
Pepsi milk.
And it's a half milk, half Pepsi hybrid drink.
Brought to you by Lindsay Lohan and the Pepsi Corporation.
And after 2 sips, I immediately felt ill. Now, granted, I don't drink milk hardly at all.
Or Pepsi.
And yes, also Pepsi is a rare thing. I'm going to drink Coke over Pepsi. Shout out
Get
Coke.
the fuck out of here.
But it was disgusting, and I felt very sick afterwards.
Well, I was going to drink all of it, and then I left the room, and it got poured out.
And I poured it out because it's an abomination to drinks in general.
And I'm not going to lie to you. I might have been putting on a little bit of an act. My stomach did not feel good.
Yeah, I know. It felt awful. It's terrible.
It felt like it was like a little curling going on.
It gets the curling going early. So now we thought of different mixtures with milk of famous sodas. So, there's obviously like Coca-Cola and milk you could do, or maybe like 7-Up or Sprite and milk. But
Spilk.
But Devontae Adams and David?
That's his brother.
Jeez.
Derek.
God.
I mean, I'm sure David and Derek probably still live
David
together.
and Derek live together. So the Carr brothers and Adams all mixed up Mountain Dew and milk and had some mountain milk at the sleepover last night.
So that's probably why they actually beat the Chargers. Maybe we're looking at this wrong.
Oh.
Maybe they ignored the coaching staff altogether and did a Raider sleepover.
Okay. So I'm gonna
And you know that John Gruden still is neighbors of Derek Carr.
Oh, are they really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
so he probably just went over to John's. They probably had a big sleepover at John's house. And he was like, here's your game plan, boys. Ignore Josh at all costs.
And just to fuck with people, they're sending racist emails. And
From Josh McDaniel's account.
we got him good.
Oh.
Let's get him fired. So I'm going to go out here. I'm going to do this for the brand, okay?
All right, do it for the brand.
All right. We are right now. This is we're putting this out there right now. Nobody can steal this idea.
Yes.
Mountain Milk gave me a very good idea.
Okay.
Caffeinated milk.
Okay. I don't know how that works, but I'm in.
We're gonna make it happen. It's gonna be sold by Cottonwood Media,
All right.
and it's gonna be a huge thing. You guys can't take that.
No, we have it recorded right here.
Yep.
This was solely and proprietarily your idea.
Yep. Dr. Sean's caffeinated milk.
Makes the bone strong and your brain wired.
I'm not a doctor, and this is not from a cow.
Is that the slogan?
Nobody take this idea. It's $1 million idea. Holy shit.
That's top tier.
Yes. Okay, so back to the football.
All right, fuck this game. Raiders
Yeah.
27, Chargers 20.
And NFL sleepovers.
And
Are they a
NFL
thing?
sleepover.
I guess we'll find
Yeah,
out.
no, let's get our reporter on this. Investigation. All right, game of the afternoon. Bengals Chiefs.
Yeah, sure.
It's got to be game of the
We'll do
afternoon.
that one, and then we'll talk about the last two.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck.
Shit, that's fun.
That's bananas.
Cool. All right. Yes, this is awesome.
So,
Everything happened exactly how I thought it was going to happen.
which is nuts because I really had the Chiefs here, and you called Bengals outright winning this, and you saw this coming.
And I took the
Under,
under.
which hit.
Yes. And
You said defense would win this, and it really did.
the defense stepped up when it mattered. They did what they needed to do.
I couldn't believe it.
They had answers from most of what Mahomes and the offense was doing. It was great.
And you know it's a good day when Travis doesn't score, severely limited to receptions, and MVS is your best receiver. You know those are formulas for beating the Chiefs.
Yeah, best receiver on 2 catches. So it just, nothing was going, there was no momentum building. It felt like a very, for the Chiefs, it felt like a very, like, we're going to hit a wall. We're going to do something that we need to do, and we're going to hit a wall.
They got slogged down. They got caught in the mud.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, the Bengals defense was doing it, right? They were aggressive up front. They were making key plays when it was important. You know, the Chiefs were moving the ball, but never to the point where it was fast and punishing.
I don't think the Bengals ever thought that they were out of it.
No.
There was no real rolling happening, and
And they did come back from down.
the
Bengals.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So I think this was just the Bengals didn't panic. I think that speaks a lot to their coaching too.
Mm-hmm.
I think they know the pieces that they have in place. Joe Mixon injury, concussion. So second week, which is scary. Anytime you do more than 1 week sitting out with a concussion, that's scary. But P. Ryan stepped up where it matters. Obviously, that receiving core, you believe in all 3 of them. This offense is great. This defense did exactly what they needed to do. Did not let the Kansas City Chiefs roll. Andy Reid, maybe you could say Andy Reid got out coached here.
A little bit.
There's no answers. Didn't seem like.
I mean, Samaje is filling in quite nicely, huh?
Excellent backup, I think. 100 yards today, no touchdowns, but 100 yards. Great average at 5 exactly. So, I just think this Bengals team is really scary. I think a lot of people counted them out, especially towards the beginning of the season.
Well, when you start off 0-2,
Yeah.
they weren't looking sharp.
No, I think the offensive line improved drastically
They have. Well, I mean, they went out and got a bunch of good pieces, and now it's showing. It's coming to fruition.
Mm-hmm.
And the Bengals are having a nice little run of it.
Yeah, I just think that this team is discounted a lot, specifically the defense. And they show that, hey, we can keep up with arguably one of the best teams, if not the best team in the NFL. So
I agree. And it was good to see Jamar back.
yes,
He looked very good.
played well. Look at that, 7 for 8. That's awesome.
He didn't look slow out there.
No, I think he stepped off for a little bit though. There was a little bit of concern, but came right back
took
in.
a break.
Yeah, yeah, man. I just think this Bengals team is not given their just desserts, man. So,
No, I agree. And kind of check Mahomes like they did.
yeah,
He didn't do anything really bad. He wasn't sacked a million times. He didn't throw a million interceptions. He just never got the big plays.
yeah,
And I think if you're going to play the Chiefs, the Bengals had the right idea. Slow the game down, run it 30 plus times, and score when you have the opportunities, you know. And the Chiefs defense is good. So,
Well, I think one thing too that Joe Burrow doesn't get a lot of credit on is I think almost immediately when he came into the league, you could tell that he was ready. I'm not necessarily saying like he's the best, NFL quarterback, but he didn't seem to take a lot of time to get adjusted to how the NFL plays. He doesn't make very bad mistakes often. He seems to throw it where it needs to be or throw it away. He takes off when he needs to. I think on one play he got the first down and like dropped his shoulder, and that that's going to make a lot of players rally around you. Like, hey, this guy's not going to slide and be a puss. He's going to fucking try to get the extra yardage.
he also helicoptered his ass into that end zone.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. He took off.
He
like
did
a
a
rocket.
big, he did a 2-yard leap into that end zone and got popped.
That's awesome. That's good football.
That's tough guy Joe shit.
Yeah, exactly. That's Big City Joe. So yeah, I think it's beautiful. I think
this
it's a good
puts
game.
the Bengals in an incredible position to just kind of run away with the division.
Yeah, because it's them and the Ravens, right? So
And if Lamar is really out for any extended period of time, I think that kind of bodes well for the Bengals, right? If they're both 8-4 currently, I could see this going the Bengals' way now. But I think without a doubt, the Bengals will see the playoffs.
I would say the difference between those two teams. I would say offensively they're very good in two different ways. Maybe
Yeah.
defensively the Ravens are just like known good defense. The Bengals are like undercounted defense. People
Sure.
don't really give them their dues. So I think that's one way that the Bengals can maybe sneak up on people. Is people are going to come in and be like, oh yeah, we're going to score 30 plus points. Well, Chiefs didn't do it, so
No.
how are you going to do it?
That's a great point. So, wrapping this all up, I suppose, the Chiefs, no one's going to catch them in the AFC West. They're now racing for the 1 seed against, realistically, the Bengals, Ravens, and, I don't know, Bills? Dolphins? Those are the 4 main competitors to them for the 1 seed.
Yeah.
And I think realistically it might only be the Bills and Bengals that could catch them. They're both a game back.
Yeah, I got a lot of faith in Miami, though.
Okay. That's fair.
I'm a big Mike McDaniel guy. I think that's a really good offense. I think
Well,
Tua is very skilled and talented.
Yeah, I guess, the Bills are tied with them.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, this is a good race unfolding at the end of the year here. And I think as far as like the Chiefs go, they played a good opponent and they played a okay game. So, I don't think there's like a lot of red flags popping up. And the rest of their schedule is Broncos, Texans, Raiders, Seattle. Not in that order, but
And those are all W's.
I could see them winning all of those. They're going to smoke the Broncos twice. They're going to, their get-right game next week against the Broncos, followed up by a double down against the Texans, they're going to blow the doors off them. So
Imagine if the Broncos beat the Chiefs. Imagine that.
imagine. What world are we in?
That's going to make me cry.
Would that be the worst day?
Yep.
All right. You want to wrap up
Sure.
with this score here?
My favorite game of the weekend went exactly how I predicted it would, which is always a good day. Bengals, 27. The Are We Worried? Chiefs, 24.
Yes. So when we sat down and started recording, the score to this Colts-Cowboys game was 19-21. When we finished recording, the final score was Cowboys 54, Colts 19.
What happened, Colts?
So I don't know how you do this at a professional level. The Cowboys scored 33 points in the fourth quarter. Let's dive in, shall we?
Yeah, we need to see these numbies.
Yeah, check the numbers, dude. Oh my God. The Cowboys ran.
Every running back scored a tutty.
Oh my God, they did. 220 yards rushing. Dak had 3 touchdowns and an interception. CeeDee Lamb, touchdown receiving. How'd the defense do? Defense scored a touchdown. Malik Hooker, congrats. What? Now let's dive into what happened to the Colts.
In general, like this season, or
Matt Ryan had 3 interceptions. I'm trying to figure out how the Cowboys scored 33 fucking points.
yeah, that's crazy.
Jonathan Taylor didn't really do much. 82 yards and 21 carries. What on earth is going on?
I can't really call it. I don't know exactly what happened there, other than
We looked away and the fourth quarter just went ballistic.
the boys went wild and crazy.
So Malik Hooker returned a fumble for 38 yards. I guess the Colts just went 3 and out over and over and over again, and Pollard and Elliott just ran and ran.
I guess so.
I
guess so.
All right.
That's crazy.
Colts.
That's fun, though.
Colts are dead.
Yeah.
Yikes, the Cowboys look good.
The Cowboys, overall have looked really good. Dak sitting out those 4 weeks, and they're still winning games. 5 weeks, I think, maybe. And they were still winning games.
I think it was just 4, but
Okay.
it's kind of irrelevant.
I think just overall that defense is just absolutely insane. The offense, how many weapons do you want on one side of the ball? When we were talking about it, while we were watching the first half of this game, just running back rooms in general are just looking crazy this year in the NFL.
Yeah, Pollard's looking for a fat payday.
Yeah, and I think he deserves every single cent of a big payday. So, yes, just to give you just a quick little insight into what the defense did today to Indianapolis, they scored a touchdown, got 3 interceptions, 2 fumble recoveries. So, 5 turnovers. Wild.
At no point did Indianapolis even pretend to protect the football.
No.
Is the Matt Ryan experiment going to be over after this year?
Yes, I think so.
And, I mean, they have to draft a quarterback, right?
I would believe so.
But they never do. They're just going to go sign some old guy again,
Probably. Aaron Rodgers.
Or the guy they missed the first time, maybe they just go right back to Wentz. I don't know.
Oh, geez, yeah. That would be funny.
But that's what they've done the last 5 quarterbacks, I swear. It's like,
well, we also have to keep in mind that was Reich, and he is no longer there.
Okay.
So
fair. They can't keep doing that.
And then Irsay, went on that press conference half drunk like he always is, and was just like, well, it's not our way. We're doing Saturday. Saturday's going to lead us to victory. And then he won the first game, and people were like, oh, shit.
I think we might have said Coach of the Year.
We did call Coach of the Year.
I think we did try to call Coach of the Year. We also suggested that he immediately retire because it might not go very well for him.
Best coach ever. So, Yeah, I think the Colts probably get a quarterback. Maybe try to build from that. Try to keep Jonathan Taylor happy so he doesn't leave.
I mean, to be 19-21 going into the fourth quarter and have this happen, holy crap, man.
Yeah, and the Cowboys didn't score until the fourth quarter too, so they went up on them in the third, and it's like, oh hey, this is looking pretty good.
No, it was 19-21 in the third at the end of the third.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, 19-21 at the end.
But the Cowboys did not score in the third quarter, and then they just dumped on them.
Yeah, it's crazy. Dallas, very good.
Mm-hmm.
That NFC East is just, it's like, what the fuck are we doing
It's
here?
crazy that they're still chasing the Eagles.
Yeah, well, it's also crazy that, the Commanders and Giants are still in it too.
I know.
So just a big toss-up, really fun toss-up. It makes for good TV.
Yeah, if you're the Cowboys, you have to keep winning.
Agreed.
At the end of the day, this game probably should have been this big of a blowout, but it's not a shock that the Cowboys kind of spanked the Colts a little bit here.
Yep.
Cowboys 54 or Cowboys fourth quarter 33, Indianapolis Colts 19.
They could have showed up in the fourth and still won.
Holy cow. All right, that's this Sunday's wrap up. Let's take a quick look and projections, give our input.
Let's do it.
Monday night, Saints Bucks.
Two very bad teams.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, this might be for the division lead. It'll put the Saints a half a game back if they win. So we got the division leading Bucks at 5-6 playing last place Saints at 4-8.
That's a fun league or a fun division for a different reason. Everybody's awful.
Everyone is off, and this is why the fucking Falcons just cannot figure it out. If they had won today, they would have been basically in first place.
Yep.
So here's my thoughts. The Bucks are bad. The Saints are bad. But as long as the Saints keep playing Andy Dalton, I refuse to root for them.
Okay.
Tampa's favored by 3.5, and the over-under's 41. This game is going to suck, dude. This game is going to be so... It might be one of those where you go, this was completely unwatchable. I'm good, thanks. I'm taking the Bucks in this, and I don't think it's going to be fun to watch.
Okay. I will also take the Bucks as well. I'm not super confident in any other, line.
I just want the Bucks in this.
All I'm betting is that the Bucks are going to take it. I do really like Chris Olave though, so
He is awesome.
it's fun to watch him be that really star rookie receiver. But
If Jameis is the starter of this game for some reason, I bet the Saints win.
okay, bold prediction, but won't
This
happen.
is going to be an Andy Dalton. I bet you Andy Dalton throws like 3 interceptions, and he just looks terrible.
Okay. Yeah.
T's and P's. All right. You ready for baseball happenings?
Lay it on us.
All right. Since last week, the only major thing that has changed is DeGrom found a home with the Texas Rangers. Now, as a Mariner fan, boy, do I hate that.
Yes.
But as a Mariner fan, Trey Turner is still available. So
Love it.
we're still waiting for the first domino to fall, I think, and then everyone's going to start signing people like crazy. And that's been the baseball minute. Slow off season so far.
Yeah, Mariners signed, what's his name? Kellen Wong, whatever, second baseman. 2-time Gold Glove winner.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's fun.
yeah, we did.
So that's cool.
That is cool, actually.
I'm not familiar with his game, so I did not really know who he was until I watched a little video on it. And I was like, okay, hey, we like it.
There we go.
Awesome.
Let's get it.
Yeah.
And now we're targeting that shortstop.
That's what we need. That's all we need. Jerry Dipcrap said that.
Yeah. You know what? After this offseason, I might have to upgrade him again.
If we sign Trey Turner, what is Jerry's new nickname?
I think I'll just call him Jerry D.
Jerry D.
I think that's what. If we get Trey Turner, I will call him Jerry D for the entirety of the year.
Okay, that's very respectful.
It is respectful. And
That's very nice.
he should probably thank me for it. I mean, 2 years ago I was calling him Jerry Dipshit.
That's true.
And now,
That's true.
now he's just Jerry Dip Crap. But
Yeah.
we could drop all that and you can just be Jerry D.
Jerry D. And that's actually kind of like a cool. That gives him some swagger. I
Yeah,
like
because
it.
he can go around and be like Jerry D's nuts.
There you go. Yeah, he won't do that, but he could.
I'll do it for him.
Yeah.
I'll be
Beautiful.
Man, it's gonna be tough when I have to become a Jerry guy.
Yeah.
Never thought this day would come, but he's really doing his best, which is shocking to me.
It's beautiful.
And now let's move into the segment where we talk about all the sports happenings in 30 seconds. Men's soccer, round of 16.
Boo.
No, we made it. We don't have to boo.
No, we lost. We lost to the Netherlands.
In the round of 16?
Yes.
But we made it to the round of 16.
Yes.
All right, so let's boo the Netherlands.
Boo. We lost 3-1.
Boy, that doesn't even sound like a competitive game. Can I be
Yeah.
honest? I didn't know what happened.
Well, there you go.
I'm gonna love with you.
Yeah.
You know who's the most mad about this?
Who?
The women's national team.
Yes, they no longer make money.
They no longer get that paycheck.
Yeah, that's a bummer for them.
So what did I see? Each one of them made like $380,000 because the men's team made it to the round of 16.
Yeah, it's something about equal pay.
It was the CBA they signed.
Right.
So when the men win, they win, and nothing says equality like letting others win for you.
You said it, not me.
I'll stand on a roof and yell that. I cannot believe that your platform would be we want equality across the board, but then you fold your fingers and you kind of go, but
Yeah,
I'm gonna need you to pay me.
that's fair.
And
I think it has just something to do with the fact that the women's national team has been so good for so long and then has not been getting paid very well.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's the right thing to do to pay them $300,000 every time the men win. I'm just saying that they're reparations in a sense, I guess.
yeah, and I would say, how about you get someone to show up to your games to fund your paycheck?
Fair enough. Or get a better representative to
Push your
represent
game.
you in the
Yeah.
CBAs.
Yeah, push the game. Promote your own game. Make it to where I want to watch your game,
Or that too, sure.
I don't know about half the times they play. I don't know about any of this or that. And to be fair, I don't know anything about the MLS, and that's an entire men's league that I could give a shit about.
Right.
Those guys shouldn't get paid shit.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
That's like some of the worst soccer imaginable.
Yeah.
Shouts out to the Kraken.
Yeah, Kraken have been playing really good lately. They're like 15-5
Yeah,
or something.
we won 7 of the last 8.
Yeah, that's crazy. We went to a hockey game recently.
This is
And-
good sports talk. I got a fist bump from a guy.
Cody is now a hockey guy. He's going to be a resident hockey expert.
I don't really know what I'm doing, but I love yelling hockey things.
Yeah, you were doing like
Attack the crease. Get aggressive.
some shit like that. I don't know.
Keep leaning on him in the corner.
There you go. Yeah.
Take him out over the middle. Another good one is just be tougher than them. Just yell, be tough. So, you know what? If we get really lucky, we got I don't even know what you would call them. Those guys are like amateur. Is this like an amateur hockey league? I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it's the Washington Hockey League, which has like 14 teams, and I think 4 of them are from Canada.
And we got.
It's semi-pro, I think.
It is. No,
because
there's.
the silver tips are in it. So
And it's just like a bunch of kids, though. They're like 16, 18, 20-year-old kids, aren't they?
yeah, it's usually like a development league, like 17 to 23 or something.
Yeah,
like
that makes sense. So all we have to do is keep trying to interview them, get them to pop on, and we'll give them some merch. Give them like a cool Sunday Scary t-shirt
Okay.
or a hoodie, and then they go back and they're like, look at this shit. and now we're in the hockey scene.
Okay, that's beautiful.
And then maybe we do like a challenge.
We need to get on the boards. We need to get our logo on the boards.
I agree.
All
okay.
right.
So here's the challenge we could issue.
Okay.
I could fight them.
Okay.
We could get hockey gloves on. We could get a big sweater on.
Yeah.
And if I pull the sweater over their head, I win. But if they pull my sweater over my head, they win. And I'll just fight 17-year-olds.
Okay. I don't see how that could go any worse legally for us, but hey, that's all right.
All right. Well, okay, we can't fight the 17-year-olds. We'll fight 18 and up.
Okay.
That seems fine. I'll make them sign like a waiver. Because I don't want them to be embarrassed when I absolutely yard sale them.
The way that you look, like physically, we might not have you be the one that asks them for IDs because we don't know how they're going to take that.
Sure. All right. I don't like what you're insinuating there.
Other sports things, Tyson Fury won his match against Chisora.
He's back?
In the 10th round. Just looked like he had way more endurance. And
for a fat guy, he just never gets tired.
Finished it out, but has to have surgery. So maybe he's going back into retirement until
forever
6 months from now when he's not going to do it. But that was fun. It was fun to watch the highlights of that. I didn't watch the actual fight.
All right, that's a wrap up, huh?
That's all I got.
All right. Firm handshakes to you, firm handshakes to the listeners.
Thanks for stopping by.
See ya. Da-na-da-da-da-da.